Hi, I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. Today we're going to test out the Avalon Tec X Maxx stabilizer. And you go, what are you doing this review for? I thought I'd already done it, but then people tell me I haven't done it. So anyway, why am I interested in this stabilizer, or why are you interested in this stabilizer? Because it's thin and it's cheap. So this is the stabilizer. It comes with a big rubber thing here. That's going to stop vibration coming back down at you. Nice fittings here. It's got 4 ounces of weight at the end here. Now the other thing about this rubber thing being so big and being the same diameter of the weights, it's going to hold up a bit of weight. You're still going to, if you're going to put on like 20 ounces of weight, you might have to put some back here and some at the front. So just bear that in mind. 13 millimeters thick, so this is up with the very thin carbon stabilizers. And you're going to say, well, what's its price point? How's it going to sell? 140 bucks, super cheap. How does that compare with other stabilizers on the market? To me, this stabilizer looks like the toe point stabilizer, but the toe point one is more expensive, and I'm not sure why. It's got a little bit there to lock it in. So, and I think it's probably the same stabilizer, and people are going to say, no, it's not, but I think it probably is. It's pretty stiff. Like it doesn't flex. When I put it on a bench and lean on it, you can feel a little bit of it. It's a very stiff stabilizer. Now, it's not going to be as stiff as your $400 stabilizers, you know, your Doinkers, your expensive thin ones, you know, the ones that are really, really expensive. It's not going to be as rigid as those, but it's pretty good. And when a stabilizer is less rigid, you probably feel a little bit less shock if you're not putting lots of weight on the end. So if you're putting like 20 ounces at the end or 30 ounces at the end, then you might still probably need the $400 stabilizer. But this is $140, it's super cheap. Comes in V-bars and extenders as well. So I thought today what we'll do is we'll just try it out and sort of see how it feels. And we're going to try it on recurve and compound to see how it relates and how it feels compared to the other stabilizers we have. So this is my recurve bow, and I've got Fivix Fornix stabilizers. So these are 14s, and I did a review on them and I found them better than the stabilizer I was using, so I swapped. Now these are expensive, so these are a thin stabilizer. Now I'm going to say the long rod makes the most difference. V-bars make very little difference, so I've just got matching ones to look good, but I could have gone for cheap ones. Wouldn't have made any difference. Now with the Fivix, you can see here the rubber doesn't go to the end, so you get a little bit more movement. So I would prefer the rubber to go to the end of the stabilizer, to the end of the weight. You can see there I can get a little bit of movement there. So there's the stabilizer's thickness. You can see the Fivix. The Fivix actually looks a little bit thicker, but I don't know if it is or isn't. It's obviously shinier, and the Avalon is a matte finish. It looks quite good. I'm going to say with the toe point stabilizer, which I think this is the same as, I'm going to say the branding on the toe point doesn't look as good, and it probably looks cheap and it's more expensive. So I've got a couple of my staff using these stabilizers, so I haven't done a review, so I was like, let's test it out. They come in the standard sizes, like 30 inches, 28 inches, 26, may even do a 30, they may even do a 32-inch stabilizer. Okay, so there we are. Now on my Fivix stabilizer, I have the 4 ounce tungsten, and I have another 3 or 4 ounces out the front, 8 ounces. With this one, I've only got 8, so. But the weight feels pretty good. I can't notice it, which is a bit weird. So it's got 4 ounces less weight, and I can't notice any difference. And it could be because the stabilizer is longer. And it is fractionally longer, but it's probably 1 inch longer, which is a bit weird because the flat stabilizer would be 30 inches long. But anyway, let's have a shot and see how it feels. So vibration's good. I really cannot tell the difference. Aiming, I can tell the difference as far as the stabilizer is lighter, as far as the weight, because the Fivix has got the 8 ounces and this one's got 4. So the arrow actually shot high on the target. And I'll say high, it shot a high 8. And that one shot right next to it. So vibration is excellent, there's no vibration at all. Feels good, I don't feel any vibration, I don't feel any noise. The arrows are right next to each other in 7/8, high at 11 o'clock, which is kind of interesting. That a stabilizer would make that much difference to the arrow placement of the target. Look, I think it feels great. I really do. I can't pick the difference between it and the Fivix. Now with the recurve, you generally get a fair bit of vibration and stuff, but nothing. It was good. I'm going to say the rubber dampener in the Avalon is probably superior. Okay, so this is my compound. This is a this is an elite verdict. Now, this is a dead center stabilizer. It's an Icon 625. Now, it's got a whole pile of weight on the end. It's got a Doinker EXO there, which I did a review on, I like, so I've been shooting with it since. You can see the cobwebs. And this is the stabilizer. I really like this stabilizer. Now, are there better stabilizers? Are there better stabilizers than the Icon 625? Look, I've done a few videos, and maybe yes, but it's been like I can't justify changing, so I haven't changed. Now you can see the difference in thickness. The Avalon is thinner, so 13. I don't know what the dead center is, but this is the thin dead center. You can see the massive amount of weight difference. Dead center is a bit bigger at the end here, and the bit bigger at the end should absorb more shock. So it'd be better if the Avalon was more flared here, in my view. But overall, it's pretty good. Let's you can see there how it matches up, where here the dead center sort of flares out. But again, I will say there's a couple of my staff shooting these stabilizers. But they haven't really said much about them. So, but they have been shooting them, they haven't complained. And they had to buy them, so I was just wondering whether I can get away with shooting that one, or whether it would blow up on me when I shot it. But we won't risk it. I was like, yeah, I'll risk it, but no. Okay. Now, you can feel the difference, because the dead center Icon has got a stack of weight on it. This has got less weight on it, so the balance won't be right, but I just want to see how it feels to shoot. Fantastic. Now, what's surprising for me? So if you've seen my video, I'm going in seeing for heart surgery. The compound has far less effect on my shooting and how I feel shooting than the recurve. The recurve really fatigues me, and just things don't feel as good. Now this one, I went straight in the tan. Straight in the tan. Where the recurve is shot higher, so I'm not sure why that is, but this one shot straight in the 10, so it didn't matter whether you had lots of weights on the stabilizer or no weights on the stabilizer. Right, so there's very good. There's no vibration at all coming down the stabilizer back towards me. It's just dead. It's very, very good. It's $140. Incredible value. I don't know if it's going to go up in price because things are all over the shop with freight and everyone's putting up their prices. People are going to say, well, the shop's making money. No, we're not. No, we're not. It's just things are going up. I had all these people ordering Eastern stabilizers all of a sudden with me. And I was like, what's going on here? So I ordered in a whole bunch to cover these people's orders. And the price jumps $100. I'm like, so the ones they were ordering off me because they were below cost, what was happening? They couldn't buy them anymore at that price. Then when I ordered them in, it's like the prices jumped. Same thing happened on X10s. I've got people ordering X10s, which was the price was before whatever the price was. The new price that comes in, they're $100 more. It's got nothing to do with freight, it's just the prices jumped. And it's like, yeah, great. So now if I sell at the old price, I'm losing $100 a dozen on arrows. I'm losing $100 a dozen on arrows and no fun. Anyway, $140, it's still cheap. Even if it goes to $200, it's still cheap. So it's a pretty good stabilizer. Now I would say that my staff who shoot this stabilizer do so because of the color. Right? They had a yellow and black theme going on. They had yellow and black NSG limbs from Win and Win. So part of it would have been the color. But they would have tried the product. They would have had a couple of shots with it and gone, yeah, this is good. So my summary is this is a good product. The Tec X Maxx, if you can get your hands on it. Look, sometimes the shipping's a bit slow, but we're in negotiations to try and fix that up. Anyway, Avalon Tec X Maxx stabilizer, I think it's an amazing product at a price point. Now, if you're a beginner, you don't need this quality stabilizer. You don't need it. Just a normal stabilizer would be fine. The advantage of this stabilizer over other stabilizers is thinner, so you can get effectively wind. That's it. That's it. Nothing else. So today's a beautiful day. Thinner stabilizer is not going to make any difference versus a fatter stabilizer. It's only going to be in wind, and you may not even notice the difference between a thinner stabilizer versus a thicker stabilizer. Look, the weight system, this here is good. I really like this. You could probably buy this, and I'll have to try and source them because that's a very good system. So, my summary, I think it's a good stabilizer, a good price. If you're a beginner archer, you do not need to spend this sort of money on a stabilizer. Like cheaper $50, $60 stabilizers will be fine. But if you are looking for a thinner stabilizer, this is a fantastic price point, significantly less than the other stabilizers in the price point. However, if you are an elite archer and you are putting massive amounts of weight down the end, this stabilizer may not be suitable because it does have a little bit more flex than your lights like Doinker and some of the others, which are slightly more rigid and more capable of holding more weight. However, this still may be okay. But I suggest if you're probably like in a world level, you're probably not going to fit $140 stabilizer. You're just going to go for the top of the line stuff because it's like you're spending thousands of dollars on travel, so you're not going to try and save $200 on a stabilizer. But I think it looks nice. I think it looks better. It's definitely cheaper than the Avalon, than the toe point stabilizer. I think the graphics look better on the Avalon than the toe point. Overall, I think it's a very, very good product. I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. Thanks for watching. Bye.